Hello. Hi. Hi. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Pamela Williams,
All right, defense, you may proceed.
How are you related to Mr. Allen?
my grandson.
And you been part of his life the past 10 years.
Yes.
And so when he first was placed on probation and then did not go in probation, what type of things did you see in terms of what was going on in his life and his ability to deal with problems?
Well, Terrell has been having, we've been telling him Terrell has been having mental problems for a while. He don't deal with things good, depression, bipolar episodes, different things like that. We've been trying to get him to deal with. I think I spoke to you and told you that he just needs some help, you know. As far as I know, I've been trying to help him. He says he's gonna do one thing, and then, you know, he bounces back from another. So we've been trying to help Terrell get this thing situated. But I think Terrell needs some help. I'm his grandmother. If I thought I'm this type of grandmother, if I thought he was a menace to society, I'd tell y'all, do what you gotta do. But Terrell needs some help, mental help, Judge.
Mhm.
He really does. And sometimes they hide things from me. I'm grandma.
Mhm.
But I've noticed things, you know, he's been through a really bad depression. But I think he just needs some mental help. And
Let me ask you, there's a time where he was making poor decisions with the
Mhm.
burglary and the DWI.
Mhm.
Have you seen changes in him where he's staying out of trouble and not
Oh.
hanging out with the bad friends?
he's changed. He's changed. He's so changed. He stayed locked up in a room all day. And so we were even afraid that he was gonna, you know, do something. He's changed. He's really changed, but he just needs some mental help.
Have you seen the alcohol or the drug issues that were going
No,
on?
no. He doesn't have any.
And you saw that before,
Sure, yeah, I saw it before.
and you haven't seen that now.
No, because I told him when you're a child, you behave as a child, but become a man, you gotta put away some things. So I haven't seen those things. And like I say, he really does, Your Honor. He has some problems, some issues that are not, I say, a menace to society. I think he just needs some help.
Mhm.
And I tell them, I'm the type of grandmother that I tell them the truth about things. Like I'm telling you the truth. I really think he needs some mental health. Terrell is not, I guess you hear this all the time.
No,
Terrell
no.
is not a bad boy.
Mhm.
He's not. And I just think he needs some help. And we asked, that's just,
And if whatever the judge decides to do, whether it puts him in prison and he gets out or gives him the help, you don't see the problems in him that were going on back with it. So you're not concerned about alcohol or drug abuse
no, not at all.
or the criminal behavior.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay, I pass it.
Not at all.
All right, any questions?
No questions from the state house.
All right,
Okay.
so this is what I want you to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate your coming down and telling me things about him,
Yes, ma'am.
but I don't want you to go away thinking that help wasn't offered to him, because the felony drug court where I sent him,
Mm-hmm,
they have a dual diagnosis problem.
mm-hmm,
So they check for mental health issues. They will give them mental health help.
mm-hmm.
They will give them help with their drug addictions. They do all of that. It is a global wraparound service
Okay.
for people who are in that program. And that's why I sent him there. And felony drug court is different, and these treatment courts are different from different courts, right?
Uh-huh.
From your regular courts, I should say. Now, of course, based upon my knowledge, I will use what I've learned from the different treatment courts in this court sometimes. You know, I see if somebody has mental health issues or if they have a drug issue, then I try to get them help for that.
Right.
And I always tell people, if you have a drug issue, mental health issue, and you let me know about it and I don't give you anything to help with that,
Mm-hmm.
then that's my fault. But if you tell me, I'm fine, there's nothing, right? So with regards to your grandson,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the issues he had because he was on probation in this court for 2 cases.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I sent him to felony drug court instead of revoking him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, felony drug court, when people miss reporting, and they go missing, because sometimes people will, what they say, fall off the wagon,
Mhm.
go back to their old ways. They will do their best to work with them and try to find them. They have probation officers who will go out to wherever their old haunts were.
Mhm.
They will walk, they will go on corners, everything to try to find them, to get them back in compliance before they issue a motion to revoke.
Mhm.
So when these treatment courts do a motion to revoke, they've tried everything. There's nothing else for them to do. So I want you to understand that he was offered the help. And he was in felony drug court. And he didn't follow through.
May I speak?
Sure.
Well, I was thinking sometimes they don't really, you say he need help.
Mhm.
Everybody say they need help.
Mhm.
But sometimes it takes a while for them to realize that
Mhm.
they really need help.
Mhm.
I mean, really, seriously.
Yeah.
For a long time, he didn't think he needed any help.
Oh, no, I understand. That is why.
Everybody was saying he needed help.
No. That
Mhm.
is why when he picked up a new charge,
Mhm.
because he was previously here for a different felony case, and then he ends up picking up a DWI. That's why I didn't revoke him,
Mhm.
because I knew he needed help.
Right.
And that's why he went to felony drug court. And
Mhm.
felony drug court is intensive. They have something they have to do every single day.
Mhm.
So, you can only offer somebody so much help. And then when they don't follow through, they don't follow through.
Like I said, I think
Yeah.
Terrell didn't know. And I'm
Okay.
serious, because we've been telling him for
Mhm.
years that you need help.
Yeah.
But I think he was in the mindset that I don't really think I need help,
Okay.
and I know you said you probably send him different places and you
Mhm.
saw it, I saw it,
Yeah.
his parents saw it, but I think he just finally began to see it. And
Mhm.
he really needs help.
Okay.
He really needs help. And I'm asking you,
Mhm.
he really needs help.
All right.
I'm
Well,
asking him a chance.
Well, I appreciate you for coming down and
Okay.
telling me things about your grandson.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other witnesses?
No, the minutes is wrong.
All right, if you'll come forward. All right. So, Mr. Allen, you know that the court has given you a chance, more than one chance.
You helped me out a lot.
Yeah, you were on probation, then you picked up a new felony, then I sent you to felony drug court. And felony drug court, they have a dual diagnosis program to work with you with mental health, to work with you with drug issues. Felony drug court, when you, and anything I'm saying, if it's incorrect, let me know.
I don't think my grandmother was.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about, I'm just,
Yeah, no.
what I'm saying now, if what I'm saying is incorrect, let me know. Felony drug court, when you get out of compliance and you go missing, they send people out to try to find you, to bring you back in.
I felt love to drug court.
Okay.
Judge Glenn for mayor, I love Judge Glenn.
All right. So, yeah. Okay. All right. The court is going to grant the motion. The court is going to order therapeutic community, give you credit for any time served. How much time are you asking for, counsel?
With credit for time served,
Yeah, you get credit for time served.
we haven't. I haven't
So the
figured
range
that
of punishment for him is anywhere from 2 to 8 years. How much are you asking for?
Oh, in terms of being sentenced? Okay,
Mhm.
we're asking for 2. And let me tell you why we're asking for that, Your Honor, is because you heard from the testimony that, he's turned his life around. He just has an extremely poor decision-making process. And we think the sooner he gets back in society, the sooner he can build off of where he is now, which is understanding of what's going on. And I think if the court chooses to punish him with that, which we would understand and appreciate, the lowest number to allow him to jump back into society, see his kids, and build off of the good place he is in his life right now would be the best thing for him. So we're asking for 2 years. Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I'll request the therapeutic community for you. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
We just now talked about it, Your Honor. I can go
All right.
over that.
All right, because this is because this is not a plea bargain agreement, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you when you're released from prison. If you need anything and I'm here and you need help, just let me know.
May I ask how much back time I have?
Sure. Huh?
May I ask?
We'll find out. I'll tell you.
All right, here's your closing commentary in the style of Law Talk with Mike. All right, let's talk about that. This was a hearing that really laid bare how hard it can be to balance compassion with accountability, especially when mental health and addiction are woven into the story. Terrell Allen came before a judge, buoyed for a motion to revoke his probation after failing to comply with the felony drug court program. His grandmother testified on his behalf, and you could tell how much. She cared. She spoke with real conviction about the depression and bipolar episodes she'd seen in him over the years. She described how he'd withdrawn, how he'd stopped running with bad influences, and how he'd seemed to finally recognize he needed help. Her voice had that familiar mix of hope and exhaustion you often hear from family members who've watched someone struggle for years. But Judge Boyd took time to explain that help had already been offered. Felony drug court wasn't just ordinary probation. It was intensive treatment with daily requirements and wraparound mental health services. She pointed out that when people stop showing up in that program, the probation officers go out into the community and do everything they can to bring them back before finally filing a motion to revoke. That made it clear this wasn't a first chance or even a second. It was really the end of a long line of opportunities to turn things around. Even so, the judge listened carefully as the defense attorney asked for the minimum 2-year sentence, arguing that Mr. Allen had finally reached a place of understanding about his issues and deserved the chance to rebuild his life sooner rather than later. In the end, Judge Boyd imposed a 3-year sentence with credit for time served, but not before reassuring Mr. Allen that if he needed help after release, he could come back to her courtroom and ask for it. She was direct but not unkind, telling him plainly that felony drug court had tried everything to help him and that, at some point, the responsibility had to fall on him to follow through. The hearing closed with Mr. Allen asking how much back time he'd earned, and you could sense that tiny flicker of relief that at least some of the time he'd already spent behind bars would count toward his sentence. All in all, it was a hearing that showed just how complex these cases can be when someone is clearly struggling, when the system has already offered help, and when a judge has to draw the line between accountability and empathy. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone,